Alright, welcome everyone to the Tragikast. This is a podcast where we talk about nerdy things in video games and all that stuff. This is your host, Zareth. I am joined by my friend Kevin. How you doing?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Not bad. I don't know. Now, it's funny is last week I was just like, I feel like we didn't do too much together. And you're like, yo, we played like almost every game. We played together at least every day. And now I feel like we've played together a lot, and the reaction is we kind of only really got it played yesterday.
Yeah. We attempted to play Friday,
Yeah,
and
my
then your
internet caught
internet.
off.
Yeah.
God darn you, Spectrum. But we did play
Yeah.
some Raft. That was fun.
Yeah. Finally, I guess beat the game or beat episode 2, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. And I was talking to AluX about the game because she was watched it. This game's old. How is this game first not fully released and have more chapters?
Yeah. When I was looking for stuff yesterday on episode 3, um, apparently the developer or whatever had went like radio silent for like a year. There was no messages or anything, but apparently like within the last couple weeks they put an update out that said that episode 3 was still coming. They hadn't stopped.
Oh well, that's good. I mean, I like this era of gaming where we kind of get these pre-releases and stuff like that, but at the same time, I also feel like it leaves opportunities for many developers
Yeah,
to make money and then have unfinished games.
yeah, and I think Raft, very similar to Among Us, missed their window.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know if you remember, but like last year, I think it was like early last year, Raph exploded on Twitch.
Yeah, everybody was streaming it. Every big name.
Yeah, and that was a golden opportunity to not even right then. They didn't need to release content right then because the game's pretty deep.
It is.
Uh,
It took us a bit.
yeah, so if they had hit in the summer or even fall with an update, that would have been huge for the game. But I think they missed that window.
Yeah, very similar to Among Us, and Among Us, I'm sure, is still popular, but it would have been even more so.
Yeah, I was surprised to find out that Among Us was PlayStation's #1 downloaded game last month.
Oh wow. I wonder if that's because it. Well, is it free or is it five
No,
dollars?
it was. Yeah, I can't remember. I don't know how much it cost. It's not free.
Gotcha.
Probably $5 or $10, but yeah, it just released on PlayStation
Hmm.
for the first time last month. But yeah, it still surprised me that it was still #1.
Yeah. Out of not not much have really risen to challenge it though, right? Like,
Yeah, but still.
yeah, I agree. Game's old. Speaking of games that are not old, uh, let's go. So today I've got some new releases that are actually new releases. Nothing that I think we will dive too further in, but you never know. And then I also found Project Spartacus is kicked back up in rumors, and Xbox CEO or president, whatever he is, Phil Spencer, made a comment about it. And then we can end it with talking a little bit about Critical Role. All right, so
All
let's
right.
go into the new releases. Shadow Man Remastered. I've never played the original Shadow Man.
I've never heard of Shadow Man.
Yeah, neither have I.
It's a pretty cool name, but
Yeah, and even the art is you could tell it's old as shit, but at
yeah.
least it like looks cool. For our listeners, the art looks like straight out of like Doom era type
Oh,
shenanigans.
actually, it released on PC last year, so it's not even. Oh, the remaster, I guess, released on PC last year. So, what's the
Gotcha.
original?
Yeah, there. Let's find out. Shadow Man original release. Shadow Man original release. 1999. So around the Doomish area,
Yeah,
N64.
N64. Yeah.
Yep. It looks very Doomy, too. I wonder if it is like a Doom clone.
It is very strange though that they did not change the cover art at all.
Yeah. Wow, that's a good point. Oh, man. Yep.
They just added remastered to the bottom of it, and it's like we
And
don't even have to hire a graphic
I'm about to say,
designer for that.
and if that's what they did for the cover art, dude, what do you think they did for the game?
Here's a port.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Graphics straight from like the 1990s. Well, this next
To
one.
be fair, that is all Switch has been getting lately.
True. Poor, what was it? Swotor.
Yeah.
God. This next one at least looks pretty cool. I know nothing about it. Nobody Saves the World. It's coming out to Xbox and PC, which means that we're not going to play it. Unless it's free for the PC. But, I don't know. It looks, from only thing I know is it's an action game and the cover. And it looks cute. Actually, now that I'm taking a little further look, this horse looks horrifying.
Yeah, because it makes the skull underneath it like it's afraid of it or something.
Oh, man. Okay, well, that's the thing. River City Girls is coming to the PlayStation 5. This one is a port. River City Girls is a beat 'em up. I haven't played it, but I'm very familiar. I used to watch people speedrun this game. It's pretty good. Expeditions Rome. This sounds like... Do you know anything about the Expeditions? This sounds like Civilization-esque.
Yeah, that would be my... THQ Nordic. I don't know what it is, though.
Yeah, that, and, like, that doesn't... Like, what... Did he even give me a genre? No.
No.
Jesus. Conquer foreign lands, navigate political intrigue, turn-based RPG. Not what I was thinking. But tell me this doesn't... I think it is what I'm thinking. I think you're loosely referring turn-based RPG.
It depends.
Oh.
No, it does
No,
have
yeah.
actual battles.
Yeah, that is a strat. Turn-based RPG indeed. Huh.
Yeah, so it actually may look like kind of a combination of Civilization with.
And that actually makes it look a lot more interesting. We went from a game that I didn't care about to...
What is it? The Total War series had it where you could fight the actual battles, so maybe it's a combination of those two.
Yeah, I don't know. Strategy games are don't really do it for me, though.
Yeah, I only have a certain type of strategy games. I mean, I do like Civilization, but it's not something I pick up more than like once a year and play it for like 2 days.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. And it's funny, Zalux's the same way. Like, I'll catch her playing Civ, and then she'll stop, and then not play it for like months.
Yeah, but I'm also not into the whole like StarCraft and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, same. RTS stuff is oof. All right. My take for game of the year, Paparazzi. It's a simulation game. Doggy photography.
Why is this on on Xbox? Why is this not a Switch game?
That's true. Someone was like, yo, we can't do Pokemon Snap, but what if we just replace Pokemon with dogs? And someone was like, perfect.
And let's put it on Xbox and PC.
And you know what, though? Like, I gotta lie to you, it is pretty... I'm not gonna lie to you, it's pretty good. Like, I would pick this up for a kid.
Yeah.
That I knew loved dogs.
But once again, we're talking...
On Xbox?
Your demographic is on Switch, not on Xbox.
Sure. True. Now, the big release in terms of this week, even though we don't play the Rainbow Six series, Rainbow Six Extraction is all coming out for everything. I'm surprised we've never done the Rainbow Six thing. Like, I don't know, I watched some videos of it. I'm just surprised our group, nobody said, hey, let's try this.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever played a Rainbow Six game, so I really don't even have anything to.
I played Vegas, or what was it? Rainbow Six. Something. Was it just Vegas? Yeah. Played this back in the day. Yeah, 2006. That's the last time I played a Rainbow Six. Oh, man. Yeah, so, hey, if you're happy about Rainbow Six, congratulations. Windjammers 2, the very popular uh, take from Windjammers 1. Kevin, do you know what a Windjammer is?
I've never heard of this.
Never in my life.
It's a sports game.
Is this like air hockey? No. That screenshot doesn't tell me anything.
Well, the guy on the left is up 2-0.
That's what it tells me.
There's 24 seconds left.
Yeah. Maybe that's a shot clock, though. It might be a shot clock violation.
Possibly.
It literally looks like this is the goal, though, and this is the puck. Yeah, it kind of looks like... I'm not going to play the... I don't want to... Last time I didn't mute, I got demonetized. So. Not that, you know, I'm trying to make... Yeah, it's like this weird version of air hockey meets, like, Pong versus people with great animation. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Baby Storm coming out for the Switch. It's a storm of babies. It's a party game. What does that, like, what does this mean? First off, this, like, person with the unicorn horn running in diapers is, like, the thing of nightmares.
I'm more concerned about the baby that already has hair down to the ground.
That's, yeah, man. She was born that way. Maintain order and run, clean, and feed your way to the highest score. Excuse me? Your mission is to take adorable and sometimes troubling kids in a kindergarten. Alright. Chalk this one up for games that you can miss me on.
Yeah, like, my mom was a kindergarten teacher. Kindergarten students aren't that young.
No, not to the point where they're, like, in diapers.
In diapers, yeah.
Well, that's a game. It's coming out. So is Mousecraft. I don't know if this is Mousecraft. Oh, it's a puzzle game. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, do you think this is a thing on Minecraft or, you know, no? It's a puzzle game. A puzzle mix that shouldn't be missed.
Made by Crunching Koalas.
What else has Crunching Koalas made?
I don't know, but it's a fantastic name for a publishing company.
Bonky's Lich Spear Double Lich Spear Butcher. Alright, well, I hope that this is the game that they get, you know, puts them on the map.
I think I've heard of Lich Spear before.
I have not. Let's see. Action video game. Developed. Well, this says it was published by Lichtenstein, but it was also published by Crunching Koalas. I don't know. Everything's confusing. It's the world that we live in. So, not really any releases for us. Maybe River City Girls. I might play that one. That seems good. But I like beat 'em ups. You ever play like the Road Rage series and stuff like that?
No.
Not Road Rage, sorry. What was it? Oh, God. Beat 'em ups. I think John video game genre. And then brawlers. That's what they're called. Yeah, like Double Dragon and was it Fists of Fury? God, you weren't big into them at all? No,
No.
that's a shame. All right. Well, let's go into the bigger news of the week, where Project Spartacus, which we did talk about in December. Sorry. Project Spartacus, which was PlayStation's code name for either their Battle Pass competitor or just the merging of a rebranding between PlayStation Plus and or PS Now, has come back up into news. And it looks like they even got Phil Spencer to comment on it. Do you know why this has come back up? Like, this seems like, is it just because Phil Spencer said something, or?
Possibly, but there was also, I did see something a couple days ago where PlayStation has removed all like cards to buy PS Now. So you can't go to the store and get a card for PS Now anymore. So
Oh,
they're expecting this move to be soon.
yeah, they're gonna release. They have to, right? Because otherwise, your current PlayStation Now members are gonna be like, "Yo, what the?" Huh. Well, just to go a little bit into the meats and the potatoes of the article, Phil Spencer has been included to think, I don't mean it to sound like we've got it all figured out, but I think the right answer is allowing your customers to play the games they want to play, where they want to play them, and give them the choice about how they build their library. And being transparent with them about our plans are in terms of our PC initiatives and our cross gen initiatives and other things, he said. So when I hear other things like Game Pass or coming to PC, it makes sense to me because I think that's the right answer. Spencer continued, I don't really look at it as a validation. I actually, when I'm talking to our teams, I talk about it as inevitability. God, inevitable.
Yeah.
I gotta. So for us, we should continue to innovate, continue to compete, because the things we're doing might be advantages that we have in the market today, but they're just based on us going first, not that we've created something that no one else can create. Um, and this was from I got this from videogameschronicle.com, that I'm sure got it from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Um,
I am gonna say that this uh, his comment there bothers me a little bit, and the fact that he says something about the fact that they created it. Game Pass is nothing more than PS Now with new games. PS Now was first. That was the whole first thing. They took an idea that was already there and improved upon it. So
yeah.
the fact that he's taking credit for it bothers me a little bit.
Well, he does say I don't look at it as validation, right? But in reality, I do get what you're saying. Is it makes it more accurate to Phil Spencer to say something more along the lines of, "Hey, we took an existing PlayStation thing, decided we're going to revamp it and make it better,"
Yeah, and
and that's
now
what
Sony's
they've done.
yeah, yeah, which is fine. And now
Yep.
it's Sony's turn to respond to take their already existing platform and make it better.
Yep.
uh,
Well,
so
that
yeah,
and I don't know. I don't want to anger the Phil Spencer people or anything like that, but honestly, there's no such thing as a unique idea to begin with. You've never
true.
come up with something that has that no one else has, thought of. You can be the first to iterate on it and make it famous or make it known. But yeah, this is a little uh, even though if you have to say something like I don't really look at it as validation, then you've already looked at it as validation in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, ah, yes, we've made the right choice. And in their defense, they did. This is the closest I've been to considering to buying anything Game Pass related in a very long time since I owned a 360. Um, so at one point, I owned a 360 and I thought about becoming Xbox exclusive. I've been PlayStation my whole entire life. I really liked the gamer score mentality. I thought the trophy system on PlayStation was kind of weak, and I was diving into it. And then we had the next gen console battle, right? And then the performance. And this is the era where Xbox came up and said, "Hey, we're gonna charge you for we're gonna charge you to resell games, and you have to rebuy them. Oh, we're also always gonna be online." And the train wreck that
Yeah.
happened from
The,
there, and
the whole like 2 weeks of just continually shooting yourself in the foot with an
yes,
automatic rifle. Just like,
yes. And PlayStation went on and just said, "We're not gonna do any of those things." And I was like, "All
yeah,
right, PlayStation, you're gonna have my money."
yeah. PlayStation did an excellent job of capitalizing on that, because I don't know if you remember the commercial that they put out like immediately after that whole fiasco, where they were like, "This is how you share games on PlayStation," and it just shows one guy handing it to somebody else.
Yep.
It's like,
That was genius marketing.
yeah,
Uh,
it's probably the cheapest commercial they ever made, and it's probably the most impactful. It's like,
yeah. So at that point, I've realized one thing. Even though you can really never trust a big corporation, I don't trust Microsoft at all. Um,
yeah. And I mean, there's even lines in here that just go completely against what he said the last time we got information with him about his cross-platform initiatives, when he's like, "Yeah, we're not going to put any of our stuff on other platforms."
yep. Yeah, and it's funny is I believe, and I might be misquoting the source, but every single time the talk of cross games, cross genres come up, it's always whoever has the lead that stymies or stops that from happening.
Right.
So right now it's Sony. Sony's the roadblock in a lot of these talks, and that makes sense. But before then, like, and I believe he even commented that this is a lot to do with Sony, or someone did. But then in reality, someone was like, yeah, but when Xbox was the big winner, it was Xbox
Yeah, when during the 360
era.
genre, when they had the exclusive rights to all the Call of Duty stuff, they were like,
Yep.
and they didn't want any of that stuff. And then Sony shelled out the money and got all of the Call of Duty stuff for Sony. And then suddenly it's like, no, 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 this isn't good for gaming anymore.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? Corporations, like, they really don't give a crap about us as a consumer. And I'm not saying they need to, but at the same time, like, I like Sony's approach more than I do Xbox's.
Yeah,
Personal preference.
agreed. It also bothers me the fact that they're all the the ones selling, or other than the day one exclusives to Game Pass, their big selling thing is like, you can play this on Xbox or PC, uh, which they fail to realize you've been able to play PlayStation Now on PC longer than you have Game Pass.
True. Even right now, I have my PS Remote Play too. I can play my PS5 on my PlayStation 4 downstairs or on my PC.
Yeah,
Yep.
so it's just like, I don't know. They need to, I feel like, do a little bit of research before they start mouthing off sometimes.
True. But everyone likes a good little bit of smack talk, but still, yeah. But he does say that I do think they'll make some day ones in their subscription model, which is good for us, right? Like, I would like some day one things that, I get. Even though sometimes the PlayStation Plus games surprise me, right? Like, we'll have a really good indie game that comes up as a free game on release. So, what was it, like Rocket League?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, that
I
was
don't play it,
something.
but that was big.
Yeah. It was big for Rocket League too, because
Yep.
without it being a PlayStation Plus game, I don't think that game takes off.
Yep.
Um, and this bundling will be huge as well, because one of the big complaints about PlayStation Plus's free games is that normally every month one of the 3 games they give you for free is already on PlayStation Now.
Yep.
So if you're subscribed to both, you're kind of getting
You get nothing
screwed.
really.
Yeah.
So
So combining these 2 services is going to make them have to take a harder look at what they give for free.
yes, and the really and if this model in this article to be trusted, looks like it's gonna be a tier model similar to what Game Passes is, right? Like, so the first will reportedly include existing PlayStation Plus benefits such as online play and free monthly titles. The second one will offer larger categories of games like Xbox Game Pass, although not first party titles at launch. The third will add extended demos and game streaming and a library of classic PlayStation. So I imagine that last tier is pretty much what PlayStation Plus is, or PlayStation Now is now.
Yeah. Well, the original thing I heard is the middle tier was going to be what combined PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now.
Oh, and that this third one will be more in depth.
New games. Because PlayStation Now doesn't have PS1 and PS2 games on it. It's just PS3 and PS4.
Ah, see, I don't own Now, so.
Yeah, so adding the PS1 and 2 games to it is actually something new.
Gotcha. PlayStation. I can't even think of, playing some PlayStation 1 games on my PlayStation 5.
Man, I'm telling you, if they do put the original Brigadine in there, you've got to play it.
I will. God, that will be great. After seeing you play it. But overall, hopefully this means that we hear something official from Sony soon, and maybe we can talk more about with what real details besides just speculation, right?
Yeah. Kind of keeping in the same vein, there was something last week or the week before. It's kind of minor, but some people were reporting seeing in Discord the ability to link your PlayStation account now.
What?
Which means that feature is probably soon as well. I checked my Discord, I didn't see it in there, but some people were reporting it, and we've known that Sony signed a deal with Discord, so we know Discord's coming to PlayStation at some point.
God, and that's just gonna help a lot of things. I'd much rather, like, when we play Back for Blood and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, that'll be huge, because the whole thing of, like, talking and then loading a new game and getting cut off.
And we always do it. Someone's always in the middle of a rant or, something, and then, oh, that was abrupt. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we're using in-game chat.
It's usually me, too.
It is. I'll be like, whoa, what? Why'd he stop? I go to check my Discord. I'm like, oh, that's right. But exciting stuff. Hopefully we'll hear some more. Just state of play would be really nice from PlayStation in general.
Yeah. I haven't done a state of play.
When was the last state of play? Last episode was October 15th. Yeah, I think we're due for a new one.
Yeah, probably February.
Yeah, hopefully we hear something. But yeah, let's round out our segment with a Critical Role. You are all caught up, I imagine. You're normally waiting for me.
Yep, I have watched them all.
Dude, I loved this episode. It has everything you could want. Romance, humor, more humor. Mostly humor.
Yeah, there was a ton of humor, and the whole haunted sequence was...
Oh my god, the flower girl. For anybody who is not caught up on Critical Role, we will be going into spoilers for this episode because we both talk about it, so now's your chance to escape. But yeah. Oh man. So what was your favorite part?
I'm actually gonna say it's right near the beginning where they were trying to like convince the guy, after Chutney jumps through the window and runs from him, and they're trying to like convince the guy that the place is actually haunted. And Lana does her dread farm, and then Dorian casts levitate on her.
Yeah, it's just floating.
And then they try to get out, and she has to hide behind Fern.
Yep.
And then they come back, and they do the silent image out of the wall, and the guy like literally
He
passes
drops
out.
his. Well, no, the guy outside drops his spears and runs
Oh
his
yeah.
way, and then the
And
other
then the
guy in
flower
the
girl.
courtyard with the flower girl, he just passes out.
I am 100% convinced that Marisha made this character to just play with Travis because every time any of this stuff happens, I just instantly watch Travis. I don't know if you've done that, but next time any of this stuff
Yeah.
happens, just pay attention to Travis's facial expressions.
Oh man, does he wear his heart on his sleeve like pure, just like, oh god?
Well, I don't know if you know this or not. Travis hates anything scary.
Oh,
Um,
man
so
after my
yeah,
own heart.
when they did the animated series Kickstarter, one of the stretch goals was to videotape Travis going to a haunted mansion.
God, it's so funny too, and Travis is a big dude.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, so it's real funny to watch his expressions because he does not like any of this.
And she is so good. Marisha's so good at like those gory details too, that just enough to like really get your brain to think about the image.
Yeah,
Oh man, horrifying.
yeah, and it plays perfect with this group dynamic because Fern just feeds her, and
Yep.
which is weird in the fact that it's like a a fawn. It's just like
Yep.
you look at it and you think, oh, this is just little cute animal thing, and then it's just like
Nope.
she's behind the scenes doing just
Just
like
helping.
yeah,
She's all about the chaos. Jazz is chaos.
yeah.
I will say one of my, well, before I go into my favorite, one of the things I really liked was when Fresh Cut Grass was telling Ashton, it's like, yeah, if anything like that ever happens, we won't abandon you. And without missing a beat, Fern just goes, I will. And she goes, I'm just kidding. And you don't know if Fern was kidding, and that's what makes it great. But my favorite was definitely the end of their date.
Oh yeah, they
Where
get turned
Purdy,
down.
where Purdy says, like, you know,
I don't think this is gonna work.
I don't think this is gonna work out. So this is for a perspective as an ogre, right?
Yeah.
An ogre who gets to go on a date with three. I was gonna say the word lovely, but I don't know how people feel about satyrs or dead people. But at least three different girls, right? And three, and I think Robbie or Dorian, right, even pointed it out. It's like, man, all three of you are distinctively different types, and yet none of you were his. And just out of all of that, like, I didn't see that coming. I don't know if Matt thought that on the spot or if he was just like, yeah.
Yeah, it was so funny though, like
Because it was a
even
cut. It was a cut, and then that's when Purdy started talking about, I don't think.
But like the whole like afterwards, they're just like Laudna and Fern were like, I did not see that happening.
Imogen was like, I did.
Yeah, yeah. It's like I did. It's like,
And then, yeah, and then they asked her to explain about that. That's right. And she was like, well, I mean, he was actually watching the show. Like, there's no thoughts about us, or... Oh, man. God, that whole date, though, is great. And it's a testament to, like, Critical Role in general, right? Like, a lot of times you think D&D, you think dungeon diving, and there's a lot of that have gone on, right? They definitely have taken steps further to their goals, and in one goal of finding what's his name, Groot.
Gurge.
Groot. Gurge. They've obviously explored the office, did some really cool things, but it's the side stuff too that are just great. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think this group is. I don't know if I've watched almost every episode of Critical Role across 3 campaigns,
Mhm.
and they have already gotten themselves into more situations that they shouldn't in 10 episodes, like Fern and the the door and the mouse,
Yep.
and then Chetney and the doing basically the same thing. It's like
Yep.
it's
That.
like yeah, you just don't. I don't. If you go back and look at all or campaign 1 and campaign 2, this team are like they always have problem with doors, and this one is like they're not having the problem with doors. They're actually getting through the doors, and they don't know what to do now that they're on the other side.
They're like, okay, what now? It's always doors though.
Yeah, I think. And for people who don't play D&D, doors are the secret boss of every D&D.
This is true.
It's because everybody just assumes that every door is trapped, and
Yep. Or is going to kill them, or
in reality, how many doors are actually trapped?
just enough. Usually not that many, right?
Yeah, well, that was like in my campaign we run, and we spent what, an
Oh my
hour and
god.
a half of Chris and Ace trying to get through a door that
Yep.
was neither trapped nor locked.
Yep. God, I was. I, I like to let people roleplay and do their thing, but like at sometimes, man, it's very difficult. I will say, and you can correct me since uh you're a little more well versed in all the different campaigns and stuff that's going on. There's also seems to be though so many different threads going on all at the same time. Right? Like so many different either smaller plot devices or bigger ones. You have finding Gurge, you have the job that Ashton was offered from his whatever she is. Uh, you've got Dorian's brother going through that stuff that they were going through. Estros still wanting to meet with I forgot the Corium, or not the Corium, the resistance group of some kind, right?
Yeah, there is a lot of stuff going on here. I actually don't think it's much more than campaign 2. And I
Okay.
think that's the benefit of actually getting to see a campaign from the start, whereas Vox Machina, we didn't get that.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone
Um,
definitely needs to see a lot of linear on Vox
yeah,
Machina. They were
yeah,
already
yeah,
doing
they were
something.
already mid. I mean, the group was already established, and I think it's very similar to our campaign where
Yep.
we're all still separate, so we all have our own things, and that's kind of how it is here, and how it was in campaign 2 is they were all still separate at the start, and they all had their own things they needed to do, and they're still waiting for that one thing that brings them together.
Yeah.
And who knows, Vox Machina could have been the same way. We just didn't get to see that.
Yeah, that's true. But it does remind me a lot of our current campaign. There's all these different threads that people are pulling, and I don't know what to necessarily prepare for. um, and I guess that's true for every time someone DMs, right? You never know what exactly your party's going to do.
This is true.
That's why it's a role playing game. But yeah, I've absolutely loved this season. It's been
Yeah,
great.
yeah, I have too. Uh, Definitely one of my. It's one of my favorite. It might be. It's close to their group dynamic is close to Exandria Unlimited. As far, I don't know which one I would pick.
Oh, that's true. That half that's cheating because half of it is from Exandria Unlimited.
That's true.
I do miss Pearl though, or not
Opal.
Pearl, Opal.
Yeah, yeah. Man, if Opal was here, it would just.
Oh my god, I don't think the world could handle that.
Like, it's funny. I would love to see like an Opal Ladna like best friend type thing going on because they are complete opposites.
Yeah, but you know it would be something along those lines.
Yeah, because they're like both chaos,
Yeah.
but like one is the like prim and proper chaos, and the other one is I'm dead chaos.
Yeah, I wonder how that's going for her too, having to wear that vestige of divergence. That they,
Yeah. Who knows? Hopefully we'll get to see at some point.
yeah, some guest cameo stuff, but overall, it should be very interesting. And for this is the part where I plug our current campaign. If you do enjoy Critical Role and you want more of that type of role playing, however, maybe not to that quality because we're nowhere near that. On Sundays, we do stream on this channel. And also, we post it to YouTube on the School of Tragikast Discord. It's at, what is this, 6 p.m.
So,
6 p.m. Eastern on Sundays. That is called the Jewel of the Desert campaign if you're searching on YouTube. And other than that, I've really got nothing else. What are you looking forward to this week, man? Were we gonna game a little bit, do whatever? Gonna?
yeah, I mean, I'm still plugging my way through Andromeda.
Ooh, how's that going?
Um, I think I'm near the end of the main story, which it's kind of weird because that's when all of the like companion quests drop at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm starting to do those now, and I've gotten, I believe there are 5 habitable planets you have to get the survivability up to 100% on or whatever, and I've
Yep.
done 4 out of the 5, so
Oh, not bad. You're making really good headway then.
yeah. So yeah, I'll be working on that. Probably dive back into some Storybook Brawl since I have to go back to work tomorrow.
That's your work game.
Yeah, pretty much, because I have my desk set up where I have my work stuff on one half of my desk and my personal computer on the other.
Hell, me too. That's why I do it.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you make it to Mythic halfway through the month.
Yeah, I'm at like 3,400, so not great, but not
Not horrible.
unachievable.
Yeah, I think you can do it.
And I'm starting to finally get lobbies where I'm getting not negative 40 points for 5th place. Yeah, it's nothing more frustrating than playing 5 games and top 4ing 4 of the 5 and then playing the 5th and getting 5th place and have negative points out of the 5 games.
I agree. I was at 39.79. I played one game, and I was Apocalypse. I had good boy stuff going on with ball and hat, and I just got Prism, and I lost to a copycat good boy build. And my good boys I had 2 good boys, and they're around 20/20s each, and I still lost.
Ouch.
Yeah, and I got 5th on top of that, bringing me back down to lower 3,900. So I went from, hey, as long as I do top 3 to now needing at least probably 3 games.
Yeah.
They really do need to work on that structure.
Yeah, I don't.
Fourth place doesn't give me anything.
Yeah, fifth place. Yeah, I understand it's a loss, but it shouldn't feel like a last.
Yes, yes, I agree, 100%.
I shouldn't need a win to offset a fifth place finish.
No, I agree, and that just took all the wind out of my sails when that happened. So
Yeah. Yeah. I did have a good pants game the other day. I actually ended up in Good Boy comp on pants.
oh, that's exciting.
Yeah. 'Cause it was really weird. Like I had all of this evil stuff, but it kept giving me the beauty's influence. So my entire board was full of nothing but evil minions that had been turned good.
Turn good.
And a good boy who was like 60-60 because everything I found I pumped into the good boy. Because I was
Oh,
hatballing on top of
dude,
it.
that's one of the dreams for pants. That's awesome.
Yeah, I was an upgraded good boy too, so it wasn't like.
Ugh.
Yeah, I didn't. I actually think I stole it. Because I think I played a what, the gloves of, or not the gloves of thieving, the kidnap.
God. Yep, that's so strong on pants towards endgame too, especially when everyone's running the same comp, like with Good Boy, where you can abuse it.
Yeah.
God, it's so good. I love pants games. Now I want to go play, but I know I won't get pants. Oh, I still have it up. I'm at 39.57 now.
That's nice.
Yeah, I'm watching Brittany play on the other screen. She's at 39.95.
Mm.
Yep. And she looks decently strong. There's still 5 people left in the lobby though, and if she gets fifth,
Yeah.
everyone's running fairies. So, no, she might even get knocked out this turn. That's neither here nor there. Um, this is going to be the second episode where you can now find this podcast on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. iTunes Podcast? I don't know what they call it. But you can.
If you have an Apple device, buy a new device.
I have an iPhone. How dare you?
I said what I said.
God. Yep, so you'll be able to find it. We do our live streams for this, though, usually around Mondays at 5 p.m. Eastern, so you can catch us live. You can catch us under Twitch/Zeryph, Zeryph, with a nasty underscore at the end, because I'm bad at marketing. For YouTube, you can search the School of Tragikast channel, where you can watch this and any other content we're making. Right now it's mostly just this in our Discord, in our D&D session, but yeah, for future projects will be put up on there as well, and who knows, maybe I'll become a Storybook Brawl pro and have more stuff on there too. But until then, we hope to catch you next week. I hope everyone has a good one. Talk to you later.
Bye.